So this is Rumble in here. We got Rumble as either a transfer or surrender from a rescue out in Texas. She's about 6 years old, and the way that she acts is that she really hasn't been handled much. Now she'll come up to you and get treats from you if you're at the fence line, but when it comes to actually handling her, he is a little bit more difficult, excuse me. So I just really want to work on getting him to face me up and seeing if I can get up and make some contact with him today and even try to get the halter on. Regardless, I will get the halter on. If he does have his butt to me, I could kiss until he looks at me and then take it away. See about getting up there again. And I might see if I can't pet him a little bit after a couple more tries here with this. He just hinted at kicking me right there. I don't know if you guys saw that. He's doing pretty good with a lot of this stuff. He's still really unsure about people. There's no telling what he went through out in Texas. There, he let me touch his forehead. A lot of this is just building trust. You could already tell he's really nervous with people, so giving him a chance to kind of check you out without just going up and trying to get a hold of them, it'll help them understand that you're not here to really hurt them, and just because your hand comes into the mix doesn't mean it's going to be something bad. And treats help with that too. Now I really don't like using treats with training because a lot of times horses can become reliant on those, and they'll also start reaching out to try to get cookies and they'll bite you. But sometimes it's not always a bad thing as long as you don't overdo it. And I want to get the halter on so I can try to get some of those wind knots out of his mane today. Got him caught. I just kind of want to let him relax a little bit now so that it'll be easier again. I am going to work on brushing out that mane. So first I need to be able to get up here without him getting nervous. So I just walk towards him until he kind of settles. Once he stops moving his feet, I'm going to take the pressure away. That was a good sigh right there. Yeah, he just needs to realize that we're not here to hurt him. And I gotta try to get all this out of there right now too. He's got horse flies attacking him right now too. Is there fly spray around? I'll let him check it out. I'll spray it over here, kind of away from him. Crazy stuff. So he's afraid of the lead rope. So he's probably been smacked with the lead rope at some point. I'll get him to walk out. Good boy. And right there, I'll give him a big break before I go ahead and go to the other side. I'll let him check it out first. I'll spray it. And I'm not spraying him right now, I'm just spraying it next to him until he could settle with it being sprayed next to him. And then I'll quit. It's one thing a lot of people don't understand too is horses, what they see on one side does not transfer to the other side. So that's why you really have to do things on both sides, because just because they're good with something on one side does not mean that they're going to be okay with it on the other side. So we'll keep going on the fly spray with him. The more we work with them, just to keep getting them used to that. But now I really want to work on this mane. And I don't even know if he'll let me get to this mane today, but I'm gonna try. I'll bring my hand up here, pet him a little bit, come back over here. Same thing. These wind knots are awful. Sometimes you could save a lot of the mane. If you figure out where the knot starts, you can start untying it, but most of the time, you just kind of got to get in there and rip it out, unfortunately. But I try to pick through them as much as I can. And sometimes this is all the horse really needs for the day, is just understanding that it's okay if I'm over here working on this stuff. Just because I'm touching your mane doesn't mean I'm trying to kill you. Oh, I'm sorry, did I offend you? My bad. If you're working with a horse like this that's extremely reactive, it helps if you're a lot less reactive to certain things. They do go off of your heartbeat a lot, and horses can feel your heartbeat from 4 feet away. So, I mean, if you're going into the pen and you already got, you're nervous, your heart's going, your adrenaline's going, just imagine what that horse is feeling. It's looking for something that it should be afraid of, and a lot of times, if your heartbeat's like that, your adrenaline's pumping. That horse is looking at you like you're the predator because it doesn't see anything else around that it should be afraid of. When he is kind of being reactive, it's not as much as it was before. And that's just because I let him react, I let him move his feet. I didn't make a big deal out of it, so he doesn't have to go as far now. So here's one, it's all dead hair. It just separated from the rest of the mane. I've got 4 more just like that to get. He's learning how to stand here and have me kind of mess with him a little bit. And he's realizing that I'm not hurting him. It may be a little bit annoying that I'm pulling at his mane, but they don't really have nerve endings in the crest of their neck where the mane is. So it's not painful to him, but he can feel the pressure kind of tugging there. Yeah, that's your own hair. This is what I'm trying to pull off of you. Now, I'm not applying that much pressure at all to get this out of here either. So I'm gonna go ahead and go grab my brush. I'm just gonna leave him in here with this on for a minute, so that way when I come back in here, I can work on getting them caught again. So if we're working on getting them caught after they've already been in here, it'd pretty much be the same thing. You want them to make that contact with you. At least think about being there with you. And just grab him. And he is getting a lot more comfortable with me, which is exactly what we're looking for. I'm still gonna work on desensitizing a little bit to this rope because he's very worried about the rope. So I'll let him check that out. Same thing as before. I'll just be walking towards him until he quits moving and wants to check this thing out. I am going to work on desensitizing to this rope real quick as well. All this pretty much is just showing them that this thing, the rope is not going to hurt them. Sometimes it might do some weird stuff and it might be kind of scary, but it's not going to hurt them. All right, last going to move his feet. And I'll give him a big break before I do anything else. I'll let him kind of soak that in. get his dopamine release. So that is it for Rumble. I am pretty happy with how he did today, considering where he started at. He did let me get quite a bit done with just his mane there, and then just getting comfortable with the rope being around him. We're just gonna keep running on this, and hopefully by the end of the week, we'll be working on picking up his feet and getting him comfortable with that. But he's got a long way to go.